Watch what you say, which can take seconds, but can last a lifetime. Here's a funny quote here. Speak when you are angry, and you just might make the best speech you'll forever regret. Hey, this is Bart Smith, author of BS the Book, your how-to guide on busting through BS in your life. This is a very, very touching kind of real BS tip here. And it came about because I witnessed somebody kind of yelling. I think it was at me. But then I also heard a story that they had also yelled at like their wife and maybe some family members or friends. And it was just out of the blue, and they just said what they said. And you know, those people, they never forgot it. And then the person who told me the story, he never forgot it. So I'm like, wow, we gotta put this in the book, because, you know, if you don't watch what you say, which can take seconds, it can last a lifetime on someone's memory. Well, so far, I hope you've been enjoying BS the Book and many of these great tips and such so far. Hope you're getting a lot out of this. This particular life lesson, I feel, is one of the most important lessons you could take from this book. It will take work, practice, thought, and strength to pull this one off over time. But if you're successful at it, which I know you will be, no one will ever be able to say you were ever negative or harmful to them in any way, verbally speaking. I'll tell you something. What's more, you're living this lesson before others will show them just how much you really care about their feelings, hearts, and minds. Why is this important? Because this is what will become one of your strongest character traits. Friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, and more will come to see you as someone very special to them, a good thing. So check this out. So what do I mean when I say watch what you say? It can take seconds, but lasts a lifetime. Well, whenever you open your mouth, people not only hear what you say, but they remember it, and it becomes part of their memory forever. Personally, I don't want people to carry around negative thoughts, words, or actions coming from me on their mind forever. I only want positive, insightful, educational, and entertaining thoughts on their mind coming from me. Here's an example of why this lesson is so important for us all to follow. And this is like a quote. Oh yeah, I remember when my dad, mom, brother, sister, friend, boss, customer, somebody yelled at me. They really wigged out. Everyone around me heard the yelling and felt so uncomfortable for days after their outburst. It was so uncalled for, hurtful, senseless, thoughtless, and left everyone just feeling so bad. Sure, that person came around the next day to apologize, but the damage was already done. I'll never forget that moment he yelled, and his face turned red, and he leaned forward towards me, and he spit as he spoke. And this could be a female too, so anybody could fall into this kind of situation. I'll never see that person the same way again. I'll only remember his outburst and how he didn't keep his cool. He couldn't engage in any form of meaningful, thoughtful, or caring conversation. You can bet I'll be on my toes not to upset that person again. Wow. I will never forget what they said. I just wish I could forget that moment in time. Unfortunately, I never will. Wow, 5 to 10 minutes of fury in exchange for a lifetime of memories of that illness, that moment in time. Another bag to throw on the baggage of mental BS that I have to endure now that, for the rest of my life. What's strange is I had heard he did this to others too. So while I'm not alone in that receivership, I do feel for other people who come across that much outpouring of BS. So folks, can you relate? Were you ever on the receiving end of a conversation like that? Or were you dishing it out on someone without any thought or care for how that person or people might be viewing you? Tell me that's not the legacy you want to leave behind, is it? People tend to remember a few nice things that you do for them or say to them. But on the whole, they never forget the bad things that you do or say to them. Yes, we're remembered and loved for what we say and do to others. But more often than not, we're remembered for how we hurt others with our tongue, our words, and our outbursts. Don't let that be you. Never again yell, raise your voice, scold, or lose your temper with another human being ever. This especially goes for family. Why? Because we have to live with them and or interact with them on a regular basis. Friends, they can say, you know what? I don't have to put up with that. See ya. Don't call me ever again. Bye. You could block them, and we'd have to honor their request. But with family, it's different. We have to be more on our toes, not to hurt the ones closest to us, and set the example that just because you're family, that doesn't give you the license to hurt other people. On the contrary, you could be treated like friends or ex-friends for that matter. Bye, see ya. I actually have a definition of family in BS the book, and it kind of goes like this real quick. Under 18, hey, I got no choice. I'm a teenager, I'm a kid. I got no choice. I'm stuck to this family. Going on a road trip, all right, I got to go. Over 18, I'm an adult, and I get to choose, with regards to family members. Would I want to be friends with you? Because, we're all born into our families. We have no choice about that. But what we have a choice on is when we turn 18, we can say, you know what? I don't like the way you talk to me. I don't like your negativity. I don't like the way you hurt other people. You're kind of mean. Tell you what, I'm going to distance myself from you for a while, maybe a couple years, and we'll see how you like that. Because I will not tolerate that kind of behavior on me. I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice gal, whoever you are. Be nice, but when family members use that license that they think they have to step all over you and treat you like a doormat, I even remember a lady I was working with on her book, and it was all about being a doormat, like doormat no more. Sheesh, tell ya. So knowing this, whenever I feel like lashing out at someone, no matter how intense the moment, I personally choose to bite my lip, zip it, hold my tongue, watch my words, think before I speak, rein in any possible outrage, venting, scolding, or steam-releasing words onto someone. Because I know it's wiser to take just a few seconds or a minute or two and hold back what I feel I want to say. In return, saving them a lifetime of storing my potentially negative words on their mind and in their memory until the day they die. Nope, not me. I choose not to add more wood to that fire or what others before me have done. I'll do my best never to add those types of memories to someone. Further, I try my very best always to come across as calm, patient, approachable, in control, not out of control, friendly, etc. That's what I want people to remember. Believe it or not, holding this behavior constant throughout any argument eventually turns crying and angry matters into laughing and forgiving attitudes for all parties. It helps to maintain some level of humor throughout any argument anyway. For example, no, I will not leave now. It's terribly cold outside. I'll sleep in the closet if you don't want me around until morning. Besides, it's dark outside, and I'm afraid of the boogeyman. Might get me. Just throw some humor on things. It kind of lightens things up. Now, how can anyone get angry at someone who is calm, composed, cool, and collected? They can't, right? Exactly. They either have to conform to your positive outlook or storm right out of the room or hang up that phone that they called you on. Because their emotions are just a wreck in that moment and need time for cooling off. Still, you keep your cool and say nothing negative ever. Eventually, people who cannot keep their cool tend not to come around you because they know they can't get into it with you. Instead, they have to cool their engines and talk rationally. Oh, really? Go figure. For some, this isn't possible. They like strife. They thrive on the excitement that strife brings to their lives. Well, no thanks. None for me, thank you. So, avert potential BS at every corner and save yourself from being abused by others. Lead by example, and people will either have to follow your model of behavior or step out of line to the wayside, which is exactly what you want. Because you're busy, active, living a life on your own terms, being kind to others, lifting others up, living out your dreams, chasing your fantasies. Hey, it's self-defeating to engage with someone who refuses or is unable to communicate in a rational manner. So, what do you think about this? Watch what you say, which can take seconds but can last a lifetime. What do you think about this? I bet it's happened to you. I bet it's happened to someone you know, whether it happened to you or you did it on somebody and you regret, oh, I remember when I said that I should not have said that. So I'm going to repeat the title. It's so cool. Watch what you say, which can take seconds, but can last a lifetime. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Share your story of either saying something you regretted or somebody saying something on you that they regretted, and it's on your mind for a lifetime. Ugh. And of course, when somebody does that to us, the solution is to forgive them, yes. But if they are a repeat offender, we say goodbye. Otherwise, if they ask for forgiveness and they want to come around and be kind and nice and remember how you stepped on my heart, then we can get along and we can continue our partying. Yeah. All right. Anyhow, tell me what you think in the chat box below. If you like this topic and all the others, subscribe to my channel if you are not yet a subscriber. I appreciate your citizenship coming into my world. There's a lot of good stuff coming, just like this. Hey, I hope you're living a BS-free life, just like me.